from the W. Page Pitt School of Journalism and Mass Communications, your home for the latest Marshall University news and sports. You're watching MU Report.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for this fourth fall edition of MuReport 2018. I'm Ryan Murphy.
And I'm Olivia Zarilla. We are a student-produced newscast of the W. Page Pitt School of Journalism and Mass Communications at Marshall University. We air this broadcast not only on West Virginia Public Broadcasting, but also Network West Virginia and YouTube. Now, on to our top story. We begin this newscast in a bitterly divisive election season, which is why Marshall's annual Unity Walk is so much more important this year. And the symbolic gesture caps off a year-long effort stressing acceptance and tolerance. 84% of Americans believe the United States is divided, according to a 2018 survey for the BBC. It's no surprise, then, that members of the Marshall community wanted to remind one another that we're really not that different.
We realize that we also need to create at least a moment of time that we can all come together for the purpose of family, for the purpose of unity, for the purpose of saying that we're all one, that we all belong to the same family.
The 7th Annual Unity Walk involved coordination among multiple student organizations and leaders on campus, and despite the rain, both students and faculty were in attendance for what they agree is an excellent way to meet new people.
For sure, it's like introduce people to each other because it's Unity Walk, and it brings all organizations together.
You get a chance to meet people closely in your same family who you didn't even know was there. And that's sort of the unique part about it, is because you get widespread support.
The Unity Walk, however, is more than a celebration of food and friends.
We are! Marshall! We are! Marshall!
Some people say it's a statement that everyone walks through the same life together.
That's what we do. We walk together, live together, and grow together. Celebrate together.
And with 230 recognized student organizations on campus, students always have an opportunity to get involved or just learn about someone new. The Unity Walk also comes at a time when many in higher education are pushing back against growing intolerance.
The season change also brings on widespread influenza, even though a vaccination that reduces flu risk is available and often free. Health experts say college students are at higher risk for the flu because they're in close confines with so many people, which is why Sean Lashley reports on Marshall's flu shot clinic and its very real effects on campus health.
You were the perfect shirt for a flu shot. It wasn't by accident, huh?
It's that time of year again, flu season. And with the coming cold weather, students are protecting themselves with flu vaccinations.
Last year, flu season lasted until almost June, so it's very important to get your shot and get healthy.
Students were provided with free vaccines sponsored by MU Wellness, Marshall School of Nursing, and the Cabell Huntington Health Department.
Okay, thank you. Get yourself a lollipop.
I'm a nurse, so I work around a lot of people who are immunodepressed just because of their sicknesses and things like that, and also school workers around children, and I think you need to protect yourself from it so that you're not the one who has to get along to the younger kids or the ones who are sick.
So a lot of times students feel like they're young, they're healthy, and they don't necessarily need a flu shot. They haven't gotten sick with the flu in the past, but the more people get their flu shot, the more people that are vaccinated, the stronger our herd immunity will be.
Symptoms of the flu range from fevers and achy muscles to coughing and runny noses.
You don't want to be, stuck with the flu while you're trying to work on finals this year.
While children and the elderly are the most at risk, we can all help to stop the spread of the disease by getting vaccinated.
There are also people who are immune depressed, meaning that they would easily get the disease. We're not only protecting ourselves from the disease, but we're protecting those who cannot get the shot.
Stay healthy this time of year, for yourself, your friends, or your loved ones, because the prick of a needle is nothing compared to the agony of the flu. Sean Lashley, MU Report.
So what happens if you get the flu? If you got the shot, your symptoms will be much less severe. If you didn't get the shot, you're in for a more uncomfortable recovery. And Marshall physicians say to avoid others to reduce the spread.
Now we turn your attention from the environment to the economy. Marshall recently played host to the West Virginia Makes Festival. That's an event that showcases the handiwork and inventions of West Virginia entrepreneurs. As Denite Belay reports, this event featured 3D printing, special exhibits, and more at the Student Center.
Hobbyists, inventors, artists, and students joined together over the weekend to celebrate the West Virginia Makes Festival.
This is the 5th West Virginia Makes Festival, and it's just a celebration of innovation and inventorship and making.
The West Virginia Makes Festival allows entrepreneurs and inventors from around the area to express their creative ideas.
I think that it helps our community in a lot of ways. For one thing, if you can see something that's cool that's going on, it might inspire you to do something cool yourself. And the people that are here get reinforced with their ideas, and they may actually turn those into an invention or even a small business. And that's the goal, is to kind of grow entrepreneurship in the area.
The Robert C. Byrd Institute hosts this event to allow people of all ages and backgrounds to show off various works, like Lego robots or even fiber composite violins.
I think it's really important to promote these sorts of efforts among young people. I think it's really important to get them excited about both science and technology, but also the arts. And this is really sort of the intersection of art, creativity, science, all those fields.
The annual event is open to anyone seeking to showcase their talent. Denite Belay, MuReport.
One of the festival highlights is a design challenge, which gives newcomers a chance to show off their creativity. That competition ends with rewards for those involved.
You're watching MuReport, a student-produced newscast of the W. Page Pitt School of Journalism. We'll be right back after this short break.
The William Page Pitt School of Journalism and Mass Communications has been a part of Marshall University's history since 1926. Today, the school offers 7 degree programs including advertising, radio and television production, sports reporting, public relations, and broadcast, online, and print journalism. SOJMC prepares students for the opportunities and challenges of the industry. Professional-oriented courses as well as hands-on learning environments help students gather real-world experience before stepping out into their field of choice. And with a vast variety of student-run clubs and organizations, students always have the chance to better their skills. The W. Page Pitt School of Journalism and Mass Communications combines classroom and hands-on learning environments to provide students with the background necessary for future employment in the field of mass communications, and continues today to produce award-winning content through a variety of majors.
Welcome back. I'm Olivia Zarilla.
And I'm Ryan Murphy, and this is Marshall University's source for campus news.
Huntington Parks and Recreation just completed a non-scary alternative to trick-or-treating this Halloween season. And as Adam Stevens reports, it's proof you don't need a good scare to have a good time.
You like Skittles? Yeah, you like Skittles?
Getting the community together isn't just a fantasy.
Just something really good for the kids to come to with their parents and enjoy themselves.
The Huntington Parks and Rec District held its 3rd annual Fantasy Maze at Ritter Park this Halloween season, which gives kids a non-scary alternative to trick-or-treating.
It's a non-scary version of some of the Halloween mazes around here, so it's a great way to get kids involved in the Halloween spirit without them being scared.
We just really enjoyed it because we feel like it brings the community together, and that it's just a great environment for everybody to be in and have safe fun.
The Fantasy Maze is constructed of bales of hay and includes characters such as Batman, Shrek, and Disney princesses.
Kids are into a lot of different things. Some kids may like to be scared, but other ones don't. So this is a great alternative for those children that want to get involved and see Spider-Man and superheroes and be able to see characters that they like and they relate to without being scared.
The community is a close-knit community, and giving kids an opportunity to come out with their families, mingle with other people. It's nothing but a positive experience for the kids.
The Fantasy Maze doesn't just give kids a non-scary alternative to Halloween, it also gives the community a chance to come together. Adam Stevens, MuReport.
And even though it's over for the season, organizers are making plans for another 2-week-long event next year.
Dressing up, eating lots of candy, Halloween is a fun day many children look forward to throughout the year. Black United students here at Marshall University is making sure no child misses out on what the holiday has to offer.
For Black United students at Marshall University, the Halloween season means adding a little bit of sweetness.
Things such as candy is small, but it's small to us, but it means so much to them.
To the bitter reality faced by some children in the Huntington community.
And a lot of the children in Markham Terrace
are from areas that aren't the best.
The student organization provided candy to the Markham Terrace Family Resource Center for their annual Fall Fest. Students across campus donated candy to the drive as well as money to fund even more candy donations.
I was very shocked because even though people couldn't get bags of candy, people were giving us money so that we can go get our own bags of candy for them. So it's been a really great drive.
Black United students say the drive is a good way to not only paint smiles on the faces of underprivileged children, but also to build a bridge of support linking Marshall University to the Huntington community.
I always felt like Huntington has been a family-oriented place, especially when it comes to the relationship between the students, the community, and Marshall University as a whole. Everywhere there's some way that Marshall is being impacted by what's going on in the community, or the community is being impacted on what Marshall University is bringing.
Marshall is Huntington, Huntington is Marshall, and we always get tied up in what goes on here, but we don't know what's outside of what's on this campus. And so letting them see the span of how far Marshall can reach, and not only what we can do here on campus, but what we can do in the community.
Black United students united not only to help those on campus, but also those in need throughout the Huntington community. Black United students also delivered candy to an economically challenged area of the city because, as the group reminds us, Halloween can be expensive.
We want to conclude the newscast with the sights and sounds of an air show. Not just any air show, but the 2018 Charleston Air Show at Yeager Airport. As Larry Lonstein Jr. reports, the event featured warbirds from World War II, aerobatic aircraft, plane and helicopter rides, and model aircraft from radio control to plastic models.
Charleston Air Show at Yeager Airport, which took place October 13th and 14th, featured all kinds of aviation-related activities for anyone. But there are two activities that people from Marshall can participate in without busting their budgets. These are radio control and plastic model aircraft.
But I would come on a Saturday or Sunday on an afternoon. There's generally always people there that are flying and can talk to you about the hobby intelligently. And, if you let someone know that you're coming, we'll be glad to have an apprentice or a plane like that there and let them fly. Actually get out and fly the airplane and see if they like it.
Find you a model kit, some paints, glue, and they got the instructions in there. Get started on them. And we have a club on Facebook. It's Tri-State Scale Modelers. You can look us up. And we're more than happy to help with advice and tips and stuff on how to do it.
And here are some of the things that people at Marshall, as well as the general public, can see and enjoy while participating in these activities.
I would suggest to anyone that you start with one of the foam airplanes, like the Apprentice, that has the safe technology. That way you can start out as a beginner and the airplane will literally not let you crash it.
Brought out our scale models for everyone to see. Try to bring out a different variety than what they actually have displayed out there, and bring interest back into scale modeling.
The 2018 Charleston Air Show had plenty to offer for people at Marshall and for airplane fans and people everywhere. Larry Lonstein Jr., MuReport.
There was even a visit by the man the airport is named after, retired General Chuck Yeager, the first man to break the sound barrier. His connection to Marshall is in his namesake, the Yeager Scholars Program, among the university's most demanding academic programs.
That's all the time we have for this edition of MuReport. Our newscast is completely generated by students in the W. Page Pitt School of Journalism and Mass Communications. MuReport is a television lab, and we're glad you're watching.
You can always catch this newscast on YouTube, and be sure to follow our reporters on Twitter and MuReport on Facebook. I'm Olivia Zarilla.
And I'm Ryan Murphy. Have a great day.